Welcome back, Egyptology lovers. Today we're going to discuss the decree of Nectanebo I. This is a stela that was issued by the Pharaoh Nectanebo I of the 30th dynasty of ancient Egypt. It regards payments to the local temple and was recorded on two stelas. The location of the temple was near the Canopic Branch of the Nile River in the eastern Nile Delta of Lower Egypt. Accordingly, the stelas were erected at two locations as a statement to curry political favor with the priesthood and possibly the populace or the people. The twin stelas are identical in 14 columns, so you have 14 columns down here for the decree. The stelas were erected shortly after Nectanebo I came to power, approximately around 380 BC. This stela we'll be discussing and reading today is known as the Heracleion-Thonis Stela. So now we're going to discuss the lunette. So the imagery that we have up here in the Stela of Nectanebo, or the Decree of Sais, and we're going to we've divided it in two here in section A and B, and there's going to be a center section in here, which is very small, but we'll read it afterwards. So what we'll do is turn on our magnifier and begin with section A, and we'll start at the very top here, and we'll begin to read, and we'll just keep moving down until we move to section B. So starting up here, the Behedite, the great God, Lord of the sky. Nechbet, the white. She has given life. Coming down to this section here. King of Upper and Lower Egypt, Lord of the two lands, the throne name of Nectanebo, which is Kepekare, which is the manifestation of the Ka of Re, son of Re, of his body. And this is the actual Egyptian name of Nectanebo, which is Nechet Nebef, which means the strong one of his Lord. Given life like Re. So now we'll switch over to the right side here, and these are spoken terms, spoken words. So, word spoken, I have given you all foreign lands. Second statement. Word spoken, who is charged with their tributes. Neith, who is the goddess of the stela, to be worshipped. Lady of Sais. Lady or mistress of the sky. So this is Sais Neith right over here, wearing the red crown of Egypt, and she is holding the Ankh symbol of life and the Was power of the Was, which is the symbol of power. And over here we have Mistress of Floods. So this is the center section here, and this reads, and it mirrors itself, may she be given, so it simply mirrors, may she be given life and power. Power is also mirrored, so this is the center of the stela. So now we'll move to section B, and we'll start at the very top like we did in A. The Behedite, the great God, Lord of the sky. And we'll move over to the section right over here. Wajit of Pe and Dep, two different cities. May she give life. And now we'll descend down to here as we did before in A. King of Upper and Lower Egypt, Lord of the two lands, Kepekare, the manifestation of the Ka of Re, throne name. And then the son of Re, of his body. And here is Nechet Nebef, once again, the Egyptian name of Nectanebo, which means the strong one of his Lord. We'll move up to the top. Given life like Re. Now we'll move over to the statements. So this first statement in section B is word spoken, I have given you all life and power or might. Second statement, words spoken, I have given you all abundance or provisions. And we'll move over to here. Neith, the great mother of the god, mistress of all that is. She who creates all that exists. Now on the very two bottom sections here, we have an offering. So the Pharaoh is Nectanebo right over here giving an offering to Neith. And in this section, this is hieroglyphics describing the offering. So there's two on each side. So in section A, we have the first offering here. And the first one says, offering the wasakh, or the wasakh collar or necklace, to his mother, so that he may be given life. In section B, we have the same thing, the Pharaoh offering different types of things, libations and incense. And down here it describes what he's offering. Give all offerings for his mother, so that he may be given life. So that is the completion of the text of the lunette up here. And this gives you a general idea of how these stelas work by providing an offering and declaring who they are, and then moving down to the detail as to why the stela was erected and for what purpose. All right, we'll begin reading the 14 columns of the Stela of Nectanebo I, or also known as the Decree of Sais. So I'm going to put on my magnifier for all those who are reading through their tablets or smartphones. So this will magnify for us everything over here. So we're going to begin with column 1, right over here. And this is year 1 of the 4th month of the summer season, or Shemu, on the 13th day, under the majesty of the Horus. Now this is the first and oldest of the names of 5 titles of any pharaoh. So this is the Horus name. The Horus on top, who stands upon a serech, which is a schematic of a temple. And the name of the pharaoh here is Mighty of Arm. This is actually the 4th name of a pharaoh. It is the king of Upper and Lower Egypt, but then his throne name, which is combined, is at the very bottom, and we'll get to that one. This is the 3rd name, the Nepti, the protectresses of Egypt, Nekhbet and Wadjet, the vulture and cobra. And this says here, the 2 ladies who benefit the 2 lands, the 2 plants of Egypt, the lotus and the papyrus plant. Here's the 3rd name and title of a pharaoh. This is the golden, below is the Nebu, the golden Horus. And it says, who does the god's wish or desires. So here's the throne name, which connects with the king of Upper and Lower Egypt. And this is the throne name of Nectanebo, which is Kepekare, which means the manifestation of the Ka of Re. Here is the final name of the son of Re name, and you have the actual name and the Egyptian name of Nectanebo, which in ancient Egyptian is pronounced as Nechet Neb-F, and this means the strong one of his Lord, living forever, beloved of Neith, lady of Sais. So the location of her worship, which is in the city of Sais. The good god, the image of Re, and it connects here. The beneficent, going back to column 1, heir of Neith. Continuing onto column 2, right over here. She raised His Majesty at the head of the 2 banks. She made him as ruler of the 2 lands. She placed her uriae on his head. She confined for him the noble hearts. She overtook for him the heart of people. She destroyed his enemies. Mighty Lord, guarding Egypt. The walls of copper, going to the 3rd column, encloses Egypt. The great and powerful one, who acts with his 2 arms, master of the sword or scimitar, who charges into a multitude, the red-hearted, on his seeing his enemies or foes, the gouger of hearts of the rebels' hearts, doer of good to who is loyal. They can slumber until daylight. Their hearts are full of his good nature, without straying away. From their path, who makes green all of the 2 lands when he shines every day, brings his abundance. All faces stare or dazzle in seeing him, like Ray, when he rises in the horizon. His love upon growing green in all bodies. He has given life to the creatures. Whom the gods acclaim to him. Moving up to column 5. They, back to column 4, have seen, this is the past tense, seen, and when you have a past tense, it's connected to the N, so seen, him attentive upon seeking what is beneficial in their shrines, who convokes their prophets to consult them on all functions of divine temple, who acts in things according to what they say, without neglecting, so these two words are together, their counsel or advice. True-hearted upon the divine path, who builds their mansions, who constructs walls, but their walls. So we go up here to column 6, their walls. Go back up to column 6. Who supplies the offering table, who multiplies the requirements, who provides oblations in all things, the unique God of many wonders or secrets. It is for him the rays of the disk or the sun or Eton. The mountains tell of their innermost. He offered the great green sea, offering its floods. He has brought the foreign lands, column 7, foreign lands, their provisions, he appeases their sovereignty, by their gifts. His Majesty rose in the palace of the Sais Nome, or Sais, the city, Sais Nome, and set in this divine temple of Neith. The king entered column 8 in the mansion of Neith and appears with the red crown beside or in the presence of his mother. He poured a libation to the Father, a golden offering. In the mansion of Neith. Words spoken by His Majesty. Thereto, let there be given you 1/10 in gold, in silver, in timber, in column 9. Hewed timber or worked wood, and in everything or all things coming from the great green sea of the Aegean Islanders, from all the goods or possessions which you reckon, to the king's domain in the town of Neith, which she named Hint, with 1/10 gold, in silver, column 10, in all things that come into being in per merit, which you speak of it as kurit, which we say as Necratis or Neskarch, Necratis. Necratis is one of the locations where the first stela of the two was discovered. Upon the banks of the Anu, the banks of the Anu, because you reckoned to the king's domain, to divine offerings for my mother Neith, until the end of time. Column 11. In addition to what was issued from you, to be taken 1 portion of cow or ox, 1 fattened goose, and 5 measures of wine from them as a perpetual in this offering daily or every day. Column 12. What is counted to the benefit to the house of treasury of the mother Neith, because she who is the mistress of this great green sea, because she who gives abundance or provisions. This is a particle, so it infers a sentence. In addition, the majesty of commanding to occupy and to confine or protect the divine mansion, to maintain, which continues to column 13, to maintain all done by the ancestors in order that I have done be maintained by those who shall be for eternity of years. Words spoken by His Majesty thereto. May you record of these upon this stela, placed at the mouth of the great green sea of the Aegean Islanders, or the Greeks. Column 14, in the town of Neith by Sais. So this is the name of when they discovered the stela in the water of Heracleion. They knew right here that the name of the town of Thonis, which was for a long time uncertain of its location, recorded by many Greek historians, it finally gave the name of both of the town of Thonis. And the town of Thonis is known as the Hone of Sais, or Thonis. So in the town of Neith, in Sais, or by Sais, of its name. Therefore you shall remember my goodness until the end of time, or eternity, on behalf of the life, prosperity, and health of the king of Upper and Lower Egypt, Kepekare, or the manifestation of the Ka of Re, which is the throne name, son of Re, Nectanebo, strong one of his Lord, living forever. May it be done that he be given all life, all stability and power or might, all health, like Re, forever. Well, there is the completion of the entire decree of Nectanebo, or the decree of Sais, and this is the second stela that was discovered in the waters of the Heracleion, and finally Thonis, which is the same city. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you like very much, then like it and subscribe, and please head to my Instagram page. I have many more interesting posts about Egypt, and I strictly just focus on Egypt and hieroglyphics, but I do branch out into other things as well. So I hope you enjoyed. Thank you very much, and please stay tuned for the next project.